Hello, 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 Chicago Bears fans. Welcome to the Bears Den Podcast. We have a great show lined up for you guys tonight because we're celebrating another win. The flag is still flying. Thank God. As always, please like us, subscribe to us, follow us. You can find us on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And as always, don't be shy. Please tell all your friends and family all about us. Without further ado, let me introduce the rest of the crew. I got my boy Todd here. And we got the bad guy, Chicago Clarence, here. So how's everybody doing in this cold front in Charlotte, North Carolina?
Freezing.
I mean, we actually had snow flurries last night in Charlotte, if you can believe that. And a lot of people had to run outside and see it. I mean, I was one of them. I know Clarence is freezing because he can't stand the cold.
I don't like cold weather. Not at all.
You do not. That is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. So, Todd, let's get into it. I'll go with you first. The Bears got the win. It was ugly.
It was ugly.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to be normal because if you're a Chicago Bears fan, it's no secret we do not have a defense. With that being said, Todd, what are your thoughts on the game?
A lot of drops, a lot of irritation. Took 3 quarters to get him out of sleepwalking mode. We were pretty frustrated. At this point where we felt pretty confident we were going to lose. And
are you able to hear him, Andy? I can't hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him.
I can't.
Anyway, I'm pretty impressed with the quarterback there with Jackson Dart. I think honestly, if he had stayed in the game, we'd probably end up losing that game. I mean, I think we all feel that way. That
I agree with that.
That Russell Wilson essentially bailed us out. So, but anyway, we'll take it. A win's a win, right?
Yes, and we shouldn't apologize for wins, as they say on ESPN and all these other stations. But a win is a win. It was ugly. My personal thoughts is like Todd's. I don't think we win that game if Jackson Dart stays in. We definitely wouldn't have won that game without Ben Johnson, and we surely would not have won that game without Caleb Williams. Yeah. His last 2 drives is why you draft him. I mean, yeah, I thought it was pretty bad for 3 quarters. But then all of a sudden, I guess he just comes to life. So, Chicago Clarence, what were your takes on the game?
I think we sleptwalk through most of the game, mostly like the other ones. Not the defense we've we've got a ton of injuries, so I tend to give the defense some grace.
It is.
But with the secondary being beat up the way it is, the fact that we can't get any pressure on the quarterback is a glaring problem, and it has been all season. And then when you compound the situation with the injuries that we have in the secondary, it makes our defense suspect to what's been happening to us. The fact that we got somebody that can go in with the game on the line and give us a shot if we're fortunate to get the ball back, which is what happened when it was 20-10 and then we made it 20-17. The defense went out there and made plays and got the ball back. Now, Dart getting hurt, I mean, how many times do bad fortune falls our way when somebody gets hurt? So that's football. He got hurt. But Brian Daboll losing his job the next day. Sometimes you got to save your quarterback for himself. And you can't be calling these run plays, man. You're going to get your quarterback hurt because you don't like your option at backup. So if you don't want Russell Wilson to enter the game, seems to me you wouldn't be calling those running plays, which ends up getting him concussed. But Caleb Williams went out there and made plays, and I was very critical of him during the game. I even made a post on Facebook by being sick and tired of him because, I just want us to be able to make the layups, man. I want us to see a functioning NFL offense for more than just a quarter. If you're a Detroit Lions fan, how many decades was Detroit the worst team in the NFL? And look at them now. Look at how easily Jared Goff is able to move them up and down the field against anybody. And we keep hearing how Caleb Williams is this generational talent. Well, I want to stop seeing you throw the ball 5-10 yards over a wide open wide receiver's head. And don't even get me started on the drops. But We won the game, and that's what matters in the NFL. It's hard to win games from time to time.
So our friend from Skull State of Mind, who joined us for the Minnesota game, who said he couldn't join us tonight because he's working. He wants to know if Chicago Clarence is a truck driver. No, he's outside sales. He makes big money.
I used to be a truck driver though.
And he also said, "What up, fellas? What's up, man? D, how are you? We're gonna beat you this Sunday. Don't worry, man. We're getting payback."
Yeah. I think that just mention the drops thing. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, the only really consistent guy catching the ball I felt was Loveland. I know that Rome had a lot of catches, but he had several drops too, and and Oz just couldn't catch anything. And I know that we've fussed about. Caleb has, just the one speed, the piss missile speed or whatever, as hard as he can throw it. And it frustrates me too, but he didn't get much. He threw some behind. He wasn't without blame on some of that, but a lot of that was really, really on the receiving core.
Yeah. I think we also I'll see why Zacchaeus is a journeyman. Like that was horrible.
I heard something today. I had to double check it. Why he's a journeyman. And I know there's a push, and I've been pushing for it for more than just this week. The getting Luther more involved, and the Zacchaeus's numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys? Did you see these? There's some talk of this today, and I double checked it. But he is. Let me pull this back up here. Zacchaeus. He is.
Sorry.
I think it was 50 targets.
Hold on, I'm on my show.
He has 48 targets. He's 30. So he's got 248 yards on 48 targets, 32 receptions. And Luther's number was almost the same. He has 222 yards on 18 targets, of which he's caught 16. I mean, let the kid play. I mean, he's catching everything. I can't believe it's taken this long, honestly.
And that's why you drafted the kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to elevate him anyway to be your number 3 receiver. I think it's time.
Yeah,
I
think he'll eventually get to number 2. But
yeah, I mean, I think you elevate Burton now. I've seen enough.
Good job.
I've seen enough of Zacchaeus. Like that was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I need to put Burton in there. He needs to be number 3. That's why you drafted him anyway. And I think he's got a higher ceiling than Zacchaeus anyway.
You remember that game against Washington? It was a pivotal third down.
Yeah.
Throws the ball into him. He's coming across the flat, wide open. Caleb Williams puts it on it, and he just flat out drops it with a lot of green grass ahead of him.
Yeah.
That was a big play. Big play. The game would not have been that close had he made that simple catch.
Yeah, there's a lot of key drops. Some I have written down. The one in DJ Moore on the end zone. I mean, that would have been a tough one to reel in, but man, that's one you almost got to make. Yeah. And Zacchaeus in the end zone, that's one you got to make.
Yeah, it's apparently that last Caleb score where he ran it in, Zacchaeus was open, and supposedly
that's what they said on ESPN Chicago.
Yeah,
he lost faith in him.
Yeah, that Caleb's seen it and didn't throw the ball. So I mean, I don't know how you'd prove it, but I mean, I understand it.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this is a one-off. Hopefully next week against the Vikings when we beat them, that we don't have all these drops, because that really would have changed the complexion of the game. Like I said, if DJ Moore gets that touchdown, Zacchaeus gets that touchdown, that really changes the complexion. But do you guys, I know we talked about it a little bit backstage, if Jackson Dart stayed in, who thinks we still win this game?
I don't think so.
Anybody?
Probably not.
Chicago Clarence, if Jackson Dart stays in, do we win this game?
Well, I mean, I still think that we had a chance. I think that mobile quarterbacks give us problems. We saw that when we played Baltimore.
Right.
And Jackson Dart is definitely a mobile quarterback. But he's also a gunslinger. There's a chance that, we could have held them. the Giants, even with Jackson Dart,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at the few games they played but prior to us, they've been prone to give the ball up. I mean, they will dominate the Denver Broncos, and I couldn't believe Denver comes back and wins that football game. So and that was just 2 3 weeks ago. They had the Cowboys beat, lost that game. So I think that that's more of a team issue, not just on Dart not being there. They are susceptible to losing football games that they're winning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
So
mean, that's the same old thing with us. Bad teams find a way to lose, and we've managed to flip that. And that was us recently. I mean,
Yes,
my God,
last year already.
find creative ways to lose so many games, and it feels like we've turned that. So and I think the Giants had, and that may have been. I thought the Dayball firing was a little premature, but you know, maybe that had something to do with it. Because they had a game. You pile on the Denver thing, and then this, and we're finding ways to lose. But anyway,
well, now they by firing Dart, and I know this is not a New York Giants show, but
yeah,
now they have mired themselves into what we have been doing. You have
Yes.
got to marry the quarterback and the coach, and you just screwed that up.
yeah, and I mean
Because
the kid is
yeah,
really promising, really
yeah,
promising.
you can't bring Dayball, well, bring Dart in and have Dayball on the hot seat, and his uh, ability to keep his job is tied to the development of Jackson Dart, and Jackson Dart didn't even start the season as their quarterback. That's the reason why they brought Russell Wilson in here. So I think at the very least now you have stunted this dude's growth
Yeah,
by firing the head coach and the de facto offensive coordinator at the same time, because if I'm not mistaken, Dayball is
yeah,
the play caller.
I'm pretty sure.
So
Yeah, so yeah,
now
it's
you have fallen into the muck that has always been the Chicago Bears MO of doing that very same thing, and you set your franchise back 3 4 years and a couple of draft classes back by doing the exact opposite when you what you should be doing when you don't marry the quarterback and the head coach together.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be on his. They've got an interim, so probably doesn't work out. So he's on coach 3 on his on the debut game in his second year, and probably his at least his second offense or second. I don't know if they're changing the whole offense this year. With the interim situation, but that's too much turnover for a young kid to learn that stuff. And
And early reports are they want to talk to Belichick.
wow, that's crazy.
I can't touch that
Well,
one.
then that's a circus that they're choosing to sign up for.
I mean, I actually think the game is passed Belichick by. I mean,
I mean, I don't watch Carolina football. How's it going, Clarence, with Belichick?
Yeah, Belichick has no talent there. So I mean, I like to think that Jackson Dart is better than the guy he's got throwing the ball now at
I know
Carolina.
I know he's got one person with some talent, but we
Yeah.
probably shouldn't talk about
And I ain't
no,
mad at him for that.
that.
no, I don't need.
uh,
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Belichick will be in the NFL ever again. Honestly,
I would be surprised.
it's just a circus with that whole thing. I just don't know if anybody's gonna. I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, his resume speaks for itself. There's no question, but I just don't think he's in the NFL again. And I think the game's kind of passed him by as well. I could be wrong. Maybe he'll be back.
Well, he was DC in the '80s. There wasn't
Yes,
he under
with
Parcells?
Parcells.
I mean, a lot younger Belichick, obviously. But anyway, it's not a Giant show.
No, it's not. So, guys, one of the things we didn't do is we didn't use a spy on Jackson Dart. He ate us alive with the run and the pass. I mean, he had 200 passing yards in the first half.
Well,
I
who would
mean,
we
our
use?
defense is just, unfortunately, I think what we see every Sunday is just not going to get better. Every game's going to come down to maybe one or two plays, and we just got to make them because our defense is just that bad. We
Well,
can't
I mean,
get to the quarterback. We just
that,
can't.
not being able to get to the quarterback is one problem, but there's some people on this team that's not playing well right now. Stevenson being one, I thought Sewell had an atrocious
Bull
game.
had a terrible game. He couldn't
He
tackle
had a
for anything.
he
If you
had a terrible game.
you sign him as the spy because I mean Edmonds is covering people, and I don't want to tie him up being the spy. So if you're gonna have Noah Sewell be the spy, he couldn't tackle anybody. So
And our problems has not been the ability to stop the run. Remember, we started this season thinking that was going to be one of the things we were going to have trouble doing. We knew we weren't going to be able to rush the quarterback, but we were worried about our ability to stop the run. We have been stopping the run, albeit if you take the running quarterbacks out of it. But at the same time, I've been very happy with the run defense. We knew we were going to have trouble with the pass defense. And then when you start adding these injuries into it, it's just compounded the situation. But I mean, come on, guys. Stevenson's not playing well. He's
No,
just
he's
not.
too bad. He's had 2 bad games for sure.
Nashawn Wright has not been playing well. Now he had a better game this past week, but he had stretches to where we've been and you know, it's reasons why we're signing people off the street.
I mean, he's Wright's making the exciting plays and missing the routine plays. I mean,
he dropped an interception in his hands.
But I think he's up there with the league leaders in picks. He's made some amazing interceptions, but you got to make the routine plays, and that's where he's struggling.
He's getting roasted in pass coverage.
Yeah,
yes,
right. Every down. That's what he's got to make now.
Where would we be without CJ Gardner right now?
I would start negotiating. He's on a minimum deal. I'd be like, you know, I'd put together I would sign him through next year with an option. But he's only 27.
No,
he's got ball left in him, and he has been effective. So I mean, he's got 3 sacks. He's got to be at least second. And I don't want to quote a stat without looking, but we'll pull it up.
He's got 3 sacks.
Yeah.
He has 15 total tackles, 3 sacks, and 1 forced fumble since joining our team.
Yeah, I mean, I would lock him down for next year right now.
I mean, see, no one ever argued that he doesn't have talent. Like the kid, like everybody tells you, he has talent, elite talent, even. The problem is always been he wears out his welcome.
Well,
it's the other stuff that
started with the Saints, and Dennis Allen brought him here, so he's not afraid of him. You know, and you know, every year he gets a little older. Maybe he gets a little smarter. You know, I don't know. You know, I don't know what's run him off of other teams. You know, I haven't followed that close, but obviously something does. But hey, he's got positional versatility. He can play that nickel if we need him to, and he is a safety. So I mean, I would sign the guy.
I agree with you, Todd. I would already be talking to him about him next year.
Absolutely.
Because if we could get Gordon back, Stevenson, Jalen Johnson, C. Johnson again. I mean, that's 4 good corners right there.
Mm-hmm.
Terrell Smith, maybe we can get him back. I mean, and he can play safety. I mean, I would absolutely be talking to him to re-sign him already.
Yeah.
And that's usually what you get out of him is 1 to 2 years before he's wears out his welcome.
Well, I would sign him through next year and throw him an option for the final year. And if he goes crazy, then you just let him go after next year. But
so Chicago Clarence, you want to bring this man up the most. Caleb Williams. He did not look good in the first 3 quarters. A lot of it was drops. But I would argue we haven't had a quarterback that I feel this confidence with the game on the line in the 4th quarter. My confidence was not there with Fields. It was not there with Trubisky. It wasn't there with Eberflus. It wasn't there with Nagy. I mean, this man, the last 2 drives, plain and simply put, that's why you draft him. I mean, plain and simply put, Chicago Clarence, I know you admitted to being critical of him. What did you think of him when the game was on the line with the last 2 drives?
Well, when the game is on the line, it's just like Ben Johnson said, he has ice water in his veins. And you know, you can't say any more than that. He's let us down and won games for us when we're not used to that. And immediately so I've been critical of him. I think my criticism has been fair, but at the same time, I've got to acknowledge that this man has stepped in and won games for us when we needed him to. And we're just not used to getting that kind of play from the quarterback position. So I think that our future is bright if we can if Ben Johnson can reel him in, because I think the things that we're screaming about is just the easy stuff. Sometimes he tries too hard to play the hero ball. He wants to make the spectacular throw, and just take what's right there in front of you. Take the 5, 6 yards. Let's live the fight, that fight another down. He holds the ball too long. We're still screaming at, and and he's gotten to the point to where he's been a willing runner. We like to see that in
Yeah.
quarters 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Run.
Right.
Let's move the chains. Stop sitting back there waiting to throw a 20, 30 yard pass when all we need to do is take the 5 yard out or the 7 yard completion, and let's make it 3rd and 2 instead of 3rd and 11 sometimes. So that's been my criticism. Like I said, I think it's been warranted, but I will not be remiss to mention the fact that when the game's been on the line, he has led us back, and we've won games. When I mean, hell, I had us dead in the water against the Giants. We were down 10 with
Mm-hmm.
3 minutes left. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We're not used to seeing the Bears come back and win that. Well, unless you're punting to Devin Hester, and we got Mike Brown in the secondary, intercepting balls. I mean,
Right.
Arizona, and they are who we thought they are, Dennis Green. So,
Yes.
I mean, it seemed like every game for 20 years from the mid 80s, on, and it's like, okay, we're in it, we're in it, and then the defense gets an interception and bails us out, right? And that's what a pick six or whatever, and that's how we win the game. I mean, that's how we lived forever. It is strange to see somebody take the offense and take charge of it and go down and actually get a game winning drive on offense. That's just bizarre for
So,
me anyway.
so Chicago Clarence, I know this is off subject. We got a question on TikTok, and it's fantasy football. Would you trade London and Pickens for CD and Waddle?
would I trade who?
London and Pickens for CD and Waddle. George Pickens and Drake London,
Right.
CD Lamb and Waddle. He's just asking, would you do it?
The reason why I would not make that trade is because of Tua.
And he said no.
He worries me.
But watch the full show, guys, and you can hear him talk. But he said no.
Yeah.
Then he wants to know: would you do Rice and Rome for CD and JJ? Rice and Rome for CD and JJ.
CD Lamb is the key to me in that, man. I mean, Dallas throws him the ball.
Yes.
I don't even know why you even be trying to give him up.
So he would actually keep CD, is what he's saying. So yeah,
Okay.
if you're trying to make the move, you need to acquire CD. If you're trying to make a move, you want to keep CD Lamb.
Yeah, definitely.
But guys, again, tune into YouTube, X, or Facebook, and you'll watch the full show with all three of us talking.
Maybe we should do a fantasy show on Wednesday
It looks that way. We should quit doing Bears football and do fantasy.
Well, Matthew Berry says, but you always want to get the best player out of the deal, and I guess, but CD is the best player in all this. And
Yeah,
although London is a pretty good receiver too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, but Michael Penix is struggling now.
That's the thing, right?
Oh my God!
You want the best quarterback to get him the ball, so
Todd,
that makes it. Yeah,
Todd, how about you, Caleb Williams?
Yes, sir.
Game is on the line. This man has delivered time and time and time again.
He has.
I would like to see 4 quarters of complete football, like against the Dallas, and we don't have to age ourselves out. Clarence don't have to stroke out.
No, I know it was. I mean, we were disgusted. I mean, it just went on and on and on. But it's exciting. I mean, I remember what Elway back in the day. It was always the 4th quarter drive, right? I don't want to fall. I want to be consistent. I want him to be good 4 quarters. I don't want him to sleep through 3 quarters and then have to. But that's like an adrenaline thing, like a drug. You get used to it. Like I just want to turn it on in the 4th quarter.
No, I don't want to.
That'd drive me crazy. I don't want to do that.
No, but like I said, our defense is just not a playoff defense. It just isn't.
Yeah, Ben Johnson didn't want to do that. I mean, he didn't have that in Detroit. They were consistent through the whole game, essentially. I mean, they wasn't let's because I mean, it's like, I'm gonna flip a switch. Well, sometimes you ain't gonna flip that switch, and
no,
it's just That's aggravating.
So,
So
guys,
hey, since I'm stuck on this Gardner Johnson thing,
yeah.
he's third in the team in sacks. I pulled it up. Montez has 5.5, and Javon Dexter's got 4. But in 2 games, Johnson has 3, so he's third and playing in 2 games. So yeah, sign that man up.
Yeah, I would extend. So, guys, before we get into the Bears Vikings, so right now we're 6-3. We are the number 6 seed in the playoffs. But now we get into it's time to nut up or shut up. We have 8 games. And we were talking about this in private. We figure we need to go 4-4, get to 10 to have any kind of chance at the playoffs. That's why this game against Minnesota is crucial. We cannot go 0-3 in our division. We can't go 0-2 against a division rival. So we have Minnesota, Pittsburgh, who's like up and down, the Eagles, who look like Super Bowl again, Green Bay, who I think we're going to struggle against. Cleveland is the only given win I see. Green Bay again, San Francisco, Detroit. Todd, how can we get in at 6-3 with this schedule left?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, that 4, it'd be nice to win 5. I don't know. I hold out some hope for that 49er game. We'll see where they're at.
They smoked us last year, though.
Yeah,
and that was the game that you and Clarence bailed on me and Edmund at halftime. But we at least stayed to the end of the third quarter on that one.
But we complain about injuries. They are absolutely injured. I mean, they have been all year. But I mean, this is kind of do or die for Minnesota too. I mean, if we beat them here, they've got it's tough sledding for them to get they'd be back. I mean, I know that they beat us, so they've got that tiebreaker there, or essentially, I guess. But that turns it into a 3-team race for the division and the wild card spots. So, it's going to have to be the Steelers. It needs to be the Vikings.
The Browns.
It'd be great to win one against the Packers, and then that 49er game is going to be the decision. And if Detroit has run off with the division by the end,
they could be they could be resting players.
Maybe they set players. So there's
they're not.
No,
because of the relationship with Dennis and
I don't know. I mean,
Campbell and Ben Johnson. I think Campbell would want to send a message in Week 18 if he could knock us out of the playoffs and show that he's the reason that team is successful. It wasn't Ben Johnson, but Kyle Clemson. Let me ask you: the schedule, 8 games left. You think it's possible we can get in yet? I know we're 6-3, but this is the nut up or shut up time part of the schedule. Is man up or go home?
Well, you figure for us to get to the playoffs, we need to get to 10 wins. So basically, we need to pick 4 wins out of these 8 remaining games. Right. And with this team, nothing is the obvious. But if you want it to be obvious, I would have to say that Cleveland Browns game has got to be a win.
Yeah, that's one.
You never know what you get with San Francisco. That's at San Fran. They may have people back by then, but just think about some of the people who has hurt us before, and the fact that they have a beat up offensive line. Brock Purdy hasn't been there the last few games. They've got Mac Jones in there. They're running Christian McCaffrey into the ground. That's a 50-50 toss up, but that's where I'm going to say that's where we can get a win at. We have got to split with Green Bay. Green Bay's defense was pretty damn good last night from what I saw, but their offense is suspect, and they've got injuries on that side of the ball. They lost their tight end for the season. They just got Christian Watson back, but it seemed like none of those guys were able to get open against a suspect Eagles secondary. So that gives you hope. I'm going to say we split with Green Bay, so that's going to make 3. The game that I'm looking at right now that I feel like has got to be a must, which starts all of this, is the game this Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings, who did not look good against Baltimore on Sunday. We have got to beat them.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
But the way our secondary is right now, with Naylor and with Jefferson, and with them being able to run the ball with, God almighty, with Aaron Jones, who always seems to have great games against the Chicago Bears.
Yes, he does.
It's going to be a tough sledding. But we have got to be able to get – I think Minnesota is a must-win.
Yeah, we just can't go 0-3 in our division. And we can't lose twice to Minnesota because we could theoretically finish in a tiebreaker with them, and which is very possible the way the records look now. So we
Yeah,
can't
they've
go
got
0 for
5
2.
losses, right?
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
And
Minnesota
right now, Green
is 4
Bay,
and 5.
Green
We're ahead of
Bay
Green
just
Bay.
slipped into 3rd place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the best because of the loss last night, and that's where that tie is going to start to hurt them
And they
Yeah,
lost.
it
because they're
hurts them
stuck on
now.
5 wins.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
lost
we have
Elton
6.
Huh?
Jenkins too. They lost Jenkins last night too to IR. He's probably their best offensive. He's a good offensive lineman.
Right now, if the playoffs started today, Philadelphia in the NFC, Philadelphia is number 1, Seattle is 2, Detroit is 3, Tampa Bay is 4, Los Angeles Rams are 5. We are number 6, and Green Bay is number 7, and San Francisco is the first team out, and they are 6 and 4. So Green Bay, like you said, that tie hurts them, but they need that as a win and not a loss. But it's a tie, so it's not helping. It's not hurting, but it's definitely hurting more than it's helping. But
yeah, so I'm saying if we beat the Vikings, they're almost eliminated.
Yeah, we can put a nail in their coffin if we beat
really
them
good
Sunday.
5 right now.
The idea that 4 teams would come out of the division is a stretch anyway, and they would definitely be the 4th one. So I think we could pretty much. Well, I wish this were at home, but and we had no. I mean, we had that game won.
We had no business losing the first game.
That's right.
We gave up 21 points in the 4th quarter. All of a sudden, they started pounding the ball, and we couldn't stop it. Then we got stupid. We couldn't kick the ball out the end zone. We had to, we had the punt blocked. We just went stupid in the 4th quarter. It's like Eberflus came back in the 4th quarter.
But one of the things that Ben Johnson continues to do haunted us in that game. Stop going for it on 4th down and take the damn points.
Yeah, if we were taking points.
He still goes a lot.
So I guess we pretty much talked about the Bears and Vikings, but let's talk about them. Bears and Vikings. I call it a must-win. All of us are calling it a must-win because we simply can't go 0 for 2. And according to ESPN Analytics, the Vikings are favored. They are now 2.5-point favorites with a 51% chance of winning. And as you guys already said, the game is in Minnesota. I think we're going to win this game. But I think it's going to be a nail-biter because of our defense.
The secondary, especially against their receivers.
Yeah,
it's going to be on McCarthy if we can get pressure on him, and
which we cannot get pressure on anybody.
No.
Like that's just so disturbing. Like, God damn it, why can we not get pressure? We just cannot do it with our front 4. I mean, when we blitz, we can do it, but when you blitz and it don't get home, you're gonna usually pay the price. But we just cannot get there with our front 4.
Yeah, and
it's so
I mean, man to man, we're not matching up. I don't know. I know we play a lot of man, but we might need to play some zone and do some. Dennis Allen's going to have to get creative to figure out a way to get pressure on the young McCarthy. I mean, they've got. If he's not the best receiver, he's top 2 or 3.
Yeah,
and Jordan. I mean, they've got a good
Jordan
tight end.
Addison's
a good receiver. Naylor's a
not
good
bad.
receiver. They have weapons. Yeah. So I mean.
Yeah. So Chicago.
I think the only time.
Go ahead.
I think the only time that we should even think about playing zone is if we're in blitzing, because if you sit back in zone with no pass rush, you're just giving up first downs. So I think we should blitz every time we're going to drop back in zone to speed his clock up. I'll even take our chances on man to man, but when you can't get any pass rush and you're in zone, you're just letting them just walk up and down the field, man.
I mean, you're talking about
those are just easy completions.
You're talking about Stevenson on Jefferson, and then they shone right on Jordan Addison. That could be a long night.
So, more fantasy football, Josh on TikTok. It's not a question; it's just a brag. Josh said Treylon Burks is going to be a good flex for the playoffs. Trust me.
Treylon Burks hasn't been good for anybody at all ever.
No, guys, we said Treylon Burks has not been good for anybody ever. But he says he's going to be the key to his playoffs.
He's figured it out after, 4 years now?
Hey, I mean, it sounds like he needs to play in our league so we can get easier wins.
Treylon Burks should be available in most leagues.
And so we got a shout out.
He probably is.
Yeah,
Tim, thank you for joining us from Ohio. I've been to Ohio. I have a best friend from Cleveland. I've gone to Cleveland. I never got to see us win there, but I have been to First Energy Stadium. I was there
It's probably
for
snowing
Justin
like hell
Fields.
right now.
I was there for Justin Fields' first start when we gave up 9 sacks.
Yeah,
and Nagy just stood there and watched it happen.
Yeah, I
Didn't
remember
do
that.
shit. Just got the kid killed. Yeah, that was not a good day for me. I had Browns fans pat me on the back.
Yeah,
I was leaving. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry,
remember
dude.
the 9
I'm
sacks.
sorry, dude. It was
that
not a
was
good
bad.
day for
That
me.
was assault. They should have filed assault charges against Matt Nagy for that
Oh
game.
my god, that was so bad that I can't believe I paid for that shit. And
I
took
couldn't
time off
either.
of work and went to Cleveland.
I couldn't
Ohio.
either.
Thank God.
Yeah, I
we
couldn't either.
stay- Thank God we have a house to stay in. They have to pay for a motel. Woo.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean the
horrible.
things that you be at, the games you asked me to go with you at, and I'm sitting like, why? To go watch what? and to sit outside? You're out of your damn mind. To go
So you
watch
wouldn't
this
have-
team play?
So you would not have gone to the game against the Giants on Sunday?
Hell no.
That was cold. That was a wind. That looked miserable.
Oh yeah, it's cold.
The wind.
Remember, we were there in June. I mean, it took us 20 minutes to
June.
walk from the sidewalk up to the damn front gate.
Yeah,
And you want me to walk 20 minutes in negative 10-degree weather? Hell no.
that was my 17,000 step day, as I recall.
And as
Oh
Clarence-
man, that was a day.
and as Clarence
I had
tells
back
everybody,
spasms
Andy
too.
almost killed- Andy almost killed
Yeah.
We take the next day off. I don't
Shit,
think
we
it was-
both, me and Todd are in our 50s, man. We can't be walking around like that. Hell, shit, he be walking like it's a marathon.
And then they tell everybody I almost killed him.
Mm. Yeah,
We spent a lot of money in Ubers, didn't we, Todd?
a little bit. Yeah. Anyway,
So back to the game.
back to the game.
So Minnesota's defense is not as good as it. So let me say this. Let me back up. First game, it's come out that Brian Flores pulled a fast one on Mr. Ben Johnson. That Brian Flores didn't show his hand, that he did not blitz, but 2 times in the first 15 scripted plays. And as soon as that 15th play hit, that's when he started sending the blitz. I mean, that came out after I didn't really notice it during the game, but so there was a little. So I wonder what kind of tricks Brian Johnson's going to have with us now. Is he going to run? Is he going to run a blitz on the first 15 plays, or blitz like hell, or try to disguise what he's going to do and wait for the script to be over?
You know, that was week 1. Our offensive line has had enough time to work together now
And it's better.
gel a little bit better. I mean, Darnell, have you seen some of his videos that people put together? I mean,
he
he's just
destroyed Brian Burns.
But there's been 4 or 5 other things I've seen clips on. He's getting a lot of buzz right now. And then that cartwheel that was pretty good for him.
I yelled at the table when he leveled Brian Burns on that block that's going around, and he helps him back up and levels his ass again. He helped him up just to push him back over.
He's feeling pretty healthy, it seems.
Yes, I mean that was one of the greatest blocks I've ever. I mean, Brian Burns is not a slouch,
right? But he is light.
Yeah, he is on the lighter side, but he absolutely leveled that man. So Minnesota's defense is 16th in total yards, 9th against the pass, and 22nd against the rush. So that tells me we need to run the ball. We need to commit to the run, ground and pound them, and then on offense, they're middle of the pack on everything. 22nd in passing, 24th in running, 21st in points. And a lot of it is the quarterback play. They've had injuries. J.D. McCarthy's not been able to stay in. So Chicago Clarence, what's it going to take? And what did you think of Brian Flores? That it's come out now that he really pulled a master chess move on Ben Johnson. Didn't show his hand until after the trip was over.
I think that Ben Johnson is not the type of person that you poke. You will regret it later. The guy is a very innovative offensive mind, and you don't never want to brag when you get the best of. You just let the play be. But when you start bragging about it and rubbing that stuff in, he has a long memory and he remembers that. Then the guy is aggressive enough.
He's going to remember that for sure.
We have some things. Yeah, it was his first game. We got some things in our favor right now. I think Caleb Williams is playing really well. I think that I will still give the nod to Jared Goff. It's the best quarterback in the division, but I think Caleb is soundly second. He's playing better than Love in Green Bay right now. And
Yes.
McCarthy's only got a little small sample size of play for us to look at. That's the key. Minnesota's numbers are misleading on offense because they've had Carson Wentz in there, and I put him right on par with Russell Wilson as far as effectiveness as a backup quarterback. His best days have sorely passed him.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
thing that worries me with this team is Aaron Jones is their running back, and for some reason we refuse to tackle that guy. He has big games
You
against the
know,
Chicago Bears, and I don't think it matters what colors he's wearing.
yeah, he's a strong back, but he, you think that he's got to slow down. I mean, he's not young, and I don't know. I was impressed with the way they handled Tyrone Tracy. I know that he's not Scattaboo, and maybe it would have been different, but we dominate. I mean, there's a couple times he broke through from maybe 15 yards once or twice, but for the most part, we bottled them up in the run game. I feel like I'm not as concerned against the run with the. I mean, they've got two good. I mean, Mason's a decent back too, but I'm not as worried about that. I'm more concerned with the coverage on the outside corners.
Well, that
Yeah.
was what was going to lead me to that. That's the reason why I started with it because your passing game starts off your running game, and
Well,
if they're able to run the ball on us, which is what we saw when we played in the first game, they started able to break some runs against us, and it opened up that passing game with McCarthy. And the fact that we can't get any pressure on him, he was able to stand back there and pick us apart. So that's the reason why I led with that. Being afraid of a running back whom we have yet to shut down. I can't remember a game we've shut Aaron Jones down. I mean, I just can't. If I'm missing
No.
a time, you guys remind me. But I cannot remember a time when we have played against a team that Aaron Jones was on and we shut their run game down.
I'm just
And this is me talking about when we played Baltimore, and pretty much even though Derrick Henry scored two
right.
touchdowns, they were short runs, but we
Mm,
hadn't bottled him up pretty much the whole game. But Aaron Jones always seems to be able to have a big game against us, and
well,
he's going to be the key. We have got to be able to run the ball.
right.
Yeah, I thought we abandoned the run too quickly against the Giants. I thought we abandoned too quickly against the Ravens. I mean, we're eating big time when we run the ball.
The Giants front's better than the Vikings
Yes.
front, but yeah, I mean,
Their
we have
run defense isn't.
their overall defensive front. I think. I mean, the Vikings defense is looking pretty. It's middle of the pack. I mean, we saw the numbers there, but
Yeah,
but I know Aaron Jones destroyed us for years, but that was
he has
mostly in
been.
Green Bay. I mean, in his prime in Green Bay, but yeah, I don't know. This Jalen Johnson injury right out of the gate has put us behind the eight ball. And is Edwards playing with the club, or is he out another week? Is he
They
playing in
say
this
he's
game?
not
Or
going to play. The
He's not
report
going to
is he's
play.
not going to play this week.
well, then they better get on Sewell because his tackling was terrible. He's going to have to
Yeah,
tackle in this
he
game.
is going to play with a club, but he's not going to play this week. Is the
Not this
report?
That
week.
that hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. So let's get into our final thoughts. I'll just be brief. It is Veterans Day. I'm just going to thank everyone that served, protected our country. I would like to point out that my grandfather served in the Navy. He served in World War II, Pacific Theater. He was on the Philippine Islands when the bomb dropped. So I'm just going to keep it. I'm just going to say Happy Veterans Day and thank you everybody that served, protected our country, regardless of the politics. They still served. Some sacrificed their life, protected this country. So I'm just going to say thank you. So Todd, what are your final thoughts about the Chicago Bears?
Oh, I think they just need to stay on the same roll. I mean, I think they've bought in. I mean, in the end, we talk about all these players in the game balls, MVPs. I mean, I think Ben Johnson's the MVP. I mean, I don't think he's going to win Coach of the Year. I think that
He
with,
could.
what's going on up in New England. I mean, that's
Yeah.
you can't in Indy. I mean, they're not supposed to be anywhere, and they're they're talking about Super Bowl. So, but and I think that we just keep plugging along, and This is a big week. We don't have to win this game to get in the playoffs, but
We
we
have
really
to.
need to win it to get in. I mean, it's too early to say for sure, but it's an important game.
So Chicago Clarence, after last night, I'm not gonna get into it. How's your blood pressure medication, man? What are your final thoughts about our Chicago Bears?
Well, I just wish that folks that decide to play fantasy football would just get into it to where the fact of the
Yeah.
matter is trades are allowed. Stop being afraid when one person decides to try to better his team. It's what's allowed. It's in the rules. So I'm just gonna leave it there. Um, to me, that I road to the playoff gets a little easier if we win this football game on Sunday. If we
Right.
lose and we fall to 0-3 in our division, we are then forced to beat Green Bay once. And that's not
Yeah.
impossible. The last time we saw them, we beat them,
Right.
but it forces our hand. We have to then win a game between the San Francisco 49ers, the Philadelphia Eagles, or the Pittsburgh Steelers. Have to win at least one of those three games, and all three of them we're all going to be the underdog in.
Yeah.
So it just makes it easier if we win this game. And this is a winnable game. I'm not saying that it's easy. We have played the Cincinnati Bengals, we played the New York Giants, and we were down in both those games late in the football game. So I would like to I would like to at least make it easier on ourselves to at
We're
least
smart.
play a full game and try to at least make it less interesting sometime. Let's whoop somebody's ass
Yeah.
for once. We thought we had that against Cincinnati, and they went on to score a bunch of points in 49 seconds. I can't remember exactly how many, but
It was
my
15.
last my last words is to the veterans, and I think you said it real well, Andy. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle that you stand on, whether it's Republican, Democrat, or even independent. We need to be thankful of those people who laid their lives on the line to go and serve for our freedom and our country. I have family members who served. I have cousins who were in the Navy, and Sylvia and Dot and Brian. Thank you guys. My niece served, Brianna Knight, and my beautiful sister, Sadie Singleton, all served. So thank you guys for your service.
Yep. Again. Go ahead, Todd. You gonna say anything?
Oh well, my little half brother is heading off to boot camp here, and
Mm-hmm.
I think next week. So he's facing it now. I just and the politics. It's just everywhere all the time. I just miss the days where you didn't know what people, and it didn't matter. You know what I mean? The old days. I should know what yours is, and you should know what mine is, and certainly shouldn't ask me. And God knows I shouldn't have stickers on vehicles and flags flying and everything else. And I mean, I just miss, and I guess I'm old now, so I guess that all the old guys miss the old days. But yeah, happy Veterans Day to everybody out there.
And Timmy O'Brien also says Happy Veterans Day. So with that, I'll leave it there. So see you guys Sunday. Till next time, bear down, go Bears, beat the Vikings.
There now.